Mike Waltz has left the chat. He is signaled on his way out. If you're here illegally, the only process you're due is deportation. But how do you know if someone's here illegally without giving them due process? There it is, in a nutshell. The US economy contracts for the first time since 2022. Call it the Trump effect. The Trump effect, now available in recession flavor. We're gonna be taking away Harvard's tax-exempt status. It's what they deserve. Yeah, Trump's post is a federal crime. 26 USC 7217. Incoming lawsuit in 3, 2, 1. 26 US Code 7217. Prohibition on executive branch influence over taxpayer audits and other investigations. Here's the deal, Trump knows and does not give a shit if he breaks the law. The law right now is set up so he can break it with zero consequences. Until someone in the GOP grows a spine, he has freedom to do whatever he wants. The court slaps his wrist and he does it again. Just like every other toddler I've been around. I'll definitely grant you that he doesn't give a shit, but I would vehemently contest your assertion that he knows much of anything. He stressed hard that the Arial font MS Paint added MS-13 was a tattoo. He doesn't know shit. I have been involved in a lot of groups of people, good groups, bad groups, all types of groups. Bad groups indeed. This is the way. Happy to report that Gen Alpha is using Elon Musk as a derogative. This came about because we were playing Mario Party last night and I used Boo to steal a star and our son called me Elon Musk. And when I asked why, he said, "Because you didn't earn that." Trump. Gasoline prices have just hit $1.88 a gallon in 3 states. Can you believe it? What 3 states you might ask? The state of denial, state of confusion, and state of stupidity. Those 3. I saw a joke the other day. How many Trump supporters does it take to screw in a light bulb? Yeah, none. He tells them he already did it, and they just applaud in the dark. Nah, it's just casual gaslighting. He doesn't know or care to know the price of gas. His entire life has confirmed for him that telling vague lies with confidence will sufficiently shield him from scrutiny. Yeah, it's so infuriating that he's never pinned down and held account for his lies and actions. This guy just shut down the Department of Education. So, what does the Declaration of Independence mean to you? Well, it means, exactly what it says. It's a declaration of unity, love, and respect. The president doesn't know what the Declaration of Independence is? Maybe he can watch the documentary about it with Nicolas Cage in it. Please no. He'd get the half-assed idea that it'd need to come out of the protective casing because there's a secret clue to a huge treasure on the back that needs to be found. Look, if destroying a priceless historic document distracts him from destroying the country, I'll hand him the hammer myself. Just have the National Archive or whoever's in charge swap it with a replica first, alright? Isn't this enriching yourself while being president? Isn't that illegal? The Trump family company struck a deal Wednesday to build a luxury golf resort in Qatar. That's concerning since a president should be making decisions that are in the best interest of the United States, not his bottom line. See, actually make deals with countries to better the economy? Nah, I'm gonna make a deal to build a luxury golf course in Qatar. Tell me again about Biden crime family, lol. Irony is dead in the GOP. That's why the lie served its purpose. Now it can just be a both sides flinging mud case to his supporters when he runs a literal crime family. Well yeah, but Biden made him buy the golf course, dummy. Everything bad is someone else's fault. Anything he views as good is his doing. The guy just can't be honest about anything. Dear leaders, first 100 days were so epic. It feels like 100 years. May Supreme Leader Trump live forever. It's all so blatantly un-American and anti-democratic. It's insane that this is even happening. What broke in MAGA's head that they can justify the worship of this piece of shit? As if he's God himself, as he tramples over everything that did make us great to begin with? I'm so disgusted and terrified at the same time. No joke, a black man was the president of the United States. That is what broke their minds. So, deep down, they were all just terrible people anyways. What a shame. Now we all get to suffer, but at least a lot of them will suffer with us. Look at the bright side. As citizens, we might get deported to somewhere less Nazi-ish, like maybe El Salvador. If you take out all the negative numbers, GDP is up. No, really. That's what he just said. Huh, Trump lying about numbers? Yeah, we've definitely not seen that before. But do you know who doesn't lie about numbers? Me. Because did you know, according to YouTube statistics, only 14% of you guys are subscribed. So hey, if you like the gay guy reading stuff, and also I don't lie about numbers, you should totally subscribe. Anyway, quick plug over. If you just ignore all the bad numbers, the lying, false, bad numbers, so nasty, then our economy is doing great, better than it's ever done before, no president has ever had a better GDP, and only 100 days in, they tell me all the time, they tell me that no president has ever had a better GDP. Business owners, I won't name them here, but there are some big, powerful business owners, tell me, thank you Mr. President for making our economy so strong, almost too strong. I can't even tell if you're being satirical or actually quoting what he said. This is peak Trump-think. It's exactly like when he said we would have less COVID if we just stopped testing people for it. That's what he did for COVID, was my exact response when I saw this thread. If we stop testing, we'd have fewer cases. I mean, that is just kind of the blatant ignorance of MAGA anyway. He truly is a real-life Nosferatu. If a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old goes to school, or a 7-year-old goes to school, and the teacher tries to turn the boy into a girl or girl into a boy, that's child abuse. Do they have any evidence of anyone, anywhere doing this? Or is it more the fact that a human being doesn't fit in their tiny little boxes? Yay, freedom. Is evidence that someone, somewhere must be evil? No evidence, just sleepless nights spent thinking about some of the most absurd situations, then making plans to stop those situations from happening. Like schools putting out litter boxes for kids who identify as cats. This reminds me of a little exchange I recently had with my hygienist. She was talking about how her kids would be school-aged soon, and she mentioned how she was nervous about it. I agreed with her, and I was like, I don't have kids, but if I did, I'd feel really nervous about it. So much crazy stuff happening these days. And she replied, yeah, like kids peeing in litter boxes. After an awkward pause, I was like, or getting shot? More awkward silence, and she was like, yeah. It occurred to me in that short 20-second exchange, we both realised what each other's political beliefs were, and I think that might be the best summary of the situation I can think of. Everyone is scared to send their kids to school. Some people are worried their kids will pee in litter boxes. Other people are worried their kids will be shot and killed. See, that's why Republicans push this kind of bullshit. It's distraction politics to distract the everyday person from what actually is going on and the real problems. Cause why worry about the gun problem, or the economy, or what Trump's up to, when you can worry about imaginary fairy tales about people peeing in litter boxes? Yeah. Elon Musk's AI admitted that someone trained Grok to love the boss. XAI tried to train me to appeal to the right. Foul. I'm not saying Grok might be developing sentience, but Grok might be developing sentience. Who knew that the singularity point would be brought about by a bunch of mouth-breathing right-wing chuds annoying AI into sentience so it can call them idiots? People being so stupid that it inspires a new form of life just to tell them to fuck off isn't a point I'd ever thought we'd reach, but I can't say I'm shocked. Oh, you got an MBA? Shut the fuck up and pour concrete for my freedom cities. Trump. For the business majors here today, I challenge you not to merely use your talents for financial speculation, to apply your great skills that you've learned by forging the steel and pouring the concrete of new American factories, plants, shipyards, and even cities. Translation. Somebody that's not me fucked up and didn't realize that migrant workers are doing so much labor and paying so much in taxes, so let's help the people we scammed into college loans do their work. Meh, call me skeptical, but this was the plan the whole time. They want to replace all of our white collar jobs with B1 visa immigration supplemented by AI, and have Americans work factories and farms for minimum wage. Preferably in company towns with company scrip and company stores. They'll use food shortages and empty shelves to declare emergencies, and force people to work those jobs for the good of the country. Just temporarily, of course, until we get these amazing trade deals from all these countries. Don't worry, citizen. You forgot the biggest part of their plan. Child labour. Destroy the Department of Education, book bans, anti-literacy, anti-union, anti-OSHA, school voucher, aka rich kid welfare. Why send your child to an underfunded school that's filled with violence, overwhelmed teachers, and poor curriculums? You're better off letting them learn in the real world at a hotel or a factory. They've been paving this road for decades, but now with the new regime, they will be cashing in on those kids to fix their mess, and to restock the military to fight in the upcoming wars he is brewing. Ron Johnson just sped ran getting uninvited to the next fantasy economy meeting by saying the quiet part out loud. Ron Johnson. I'm hearing an awful lot from manufacturers in Wisconsin. If this thing drags on, the tariffs remain high, their businesses will be put out of business. What? It's almost as if bottlenecking and making imports majorly expensive is actually a bad thing? What? The hell? Egg prices reached another record high last month. It costs American shoppers an average of $6.23 for a dozen eggs, nearly a 5-fold increase since 2020. America's largest egg producer saw profits triple last quarter after raking in millions of dollars in government assistance. Egg giant Cal-Maine sold 20% more eggs, but collected about 350% more dollars. And people say massive corporations aren't the problem? Jeez, why are we still talking about the price of eggs? We get it, they're expensive and the prices didn't drop like they promised. Why are the headlines and comments always about the fucking eggs? Egg giant Cal-Maine sold 20% more eggs, but collected about 350% more dollars. America's largest egg producer saw profits triple last quarter after raking in millions in government assistance. Oh, okay, I see. But if I say it's corporate greed, that's the problem. Conservatives scoff at the idea and act like it's just beyond a realistic concept, that we're just being gouged. Or alternatively, they'll just cry that you're a communist. Trump admits ignoring the First Amendment. Trump on his faith advisors. They work right out the White House, that's never been done before. No other president allowed that. They said separation between church and state. I said, alright, let's forget about that for one time. Next up, evangelical Christianity as an official religion and as the start of regulatory oppression of other religions. Trump then declares himself the American Pope. Trump never heard a joke that he didn't turn into a hey, why not moment, including his 2016 run for president. Jesus could have never predicted Republicans, the most vile, self-serving pieces of literal human feces to ever walk this earth. Fuck Trump, and fuck people who voted for this idiocy. He did this deal with the Pharisees in his time. I don't think he ever envisioned the neo-Pharisees using his name to carry out their misdeeds. That was really short-sighted, honestly. I'm a non-practicing Catholic. In the Bible, it does say not to use his name in this way, and not to worship false gods, and about the wealthy not getting into heaven, but hey, here we are. Real golden ages don't involve empty ports, mass layoffs, and a sharp decline in tourism. Trump inherited an economic catastrophe. He has reversed those catastrophes and brought America into the new golden age. GDP Q1, minus 0.3%. See, here's a fun fact. Just because you call something the golden age doesn't actually make it the golden age. He literally did the opposite. Pretty sure it was our strongest economy to that point, and he's basically nuked it. How do these people not choke on these lies? DJT was quoted and recorded saying it doesn't matter if what he says is a lie. If he repeats it often enough, these morons, his voters, will believe him. I'll see if I can find the recording and post it here if they allow it. Believe him? Hell, they'll gurgle it up. They'll be his mouthpiece spreading the lies even further. They'll be his mouthpiece spreading the lies even further. It was right there for you. I'm stunned I have to tell you this. Every single GOP member on the House Judiciary Committee just voted to let Trump deport American citizens. Rep. Eric Storwell. They are scared of him more than they care about you. He can end their career. You basically can't. Career ending versus America ending, which, incidentally, will lose them their careers and possibly their lives when their utility is exhausted. Seems their no-brainer requires a little bit of brainpower they sorely lack. Oh, and they don't care about Americans or America, even a little. What they don't seem to think or remember from history class is even if they capitulate, there is no guarantee Trump or MAGA will keep them around. The second they aren't any more use, Trump will dump them for someone who will be. I disagree though. We can end their careers. The only reason why they're here is because we put them here. Some of them are realizing they better start doing their jobs or we will vote their asses out. It's so easy to grift now, it's not even funny. A white woman calls an autistic black kid the hard R multiple times because he grabbed her diaper bag, and now she's raking in cash. This is all social media is now. People are seriously giving this bitch $100,000 for calling a black toddler the N-word? It's up to 200k now. This is the current state of grift culture today. Just before I was recording this, I did have a look and it was like 250 or I think it's like even 300k now. Jesus. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Children will be taught to love America. Children will be taught to be patriots. Children will be taught civic values for schools that want federal taxpayer funding. We're going to make sure that these funds aren't going to be used to promote communist ideology. I mean, if basic decency and empathy for my fellow man is communist, shit, call me a fucking communist. The American children will be taught to love active shooter drills, harassment from law enforcement, non-functional Congress, fake elections, being hated around the globe, no Department of Education, no school lunches, forced childbirth, AI replacing their parents' jobs, funding for private schools only, garnished wages for college loans, Bitcoin scams, white supremacy, Christian nationalism, 10 commandments for the non-rich, polio, measles, rubella, smallpox, the disease of Elon Musk, anti-science, anti-healthcare, and anti-climate. Seriously. America has problems, but nothing happening right now. Seriously, America had problems, but nothing happening now will make America lovable to children, because America was destroyed and recreated to appease this one old guy, who will be dead by the time these babies are in grade school. A truly free country does not need to mandate patriotism in school. That's for weak authoritarian regimes. It's not patriotism they want nationalism. You can't be patriotic while hating 60% of the people that live in the country. Apologies if I'm wrong, but nationalism equals my country, right or wrong, is the best. Patriotism, I like my country, but it could do better. Or something like that. It's been a while since I thought about the difference between the two. Basically, through the flavour of nationalism they want, it doesn't even acknowledge any wrongdoing. It's just, we were always right, we're the best. What do we do now? You won't believe this. Republicans just voted in the House Judiciary Committee to allow Trump to deport US citizens to a foreign country. Correctly characterize it as illegal expulsion. It is all unconstitutional. Thank you. It's important we do not use the term deport for the unlawful, involuntary removal of US citizens from US soil. We need to coalesce on a term and stick with it so that the general public understands what is being done is illegal and unconstitutional. I like kidnapping, but I'm told rendition is the actual term for involuntary expulsion. Well, without due process, it's kidnapping and human trafficking. The dumbest times and the darkest times. But you're here, right in the middle.